Hello, YouTube. Hey guys, it's Sean here from Stealing Second, coming to you today with a couple topics. Shortly, I will be turning the camera and showing you guys some of my recent pickups that I've made lately. A little bit more focus has been on some of my Cubs players. Just trying to round that out and build up my Cubs collection here as of late. But also, a main topic I wanted to talk about today, and this might be a little controversial, but it's something that I notice and it kind of really rubs me and makes me not real happy about it. And what I'm talking about is, like the Facebook groups, the buy, sell, and trade groups. There's some activity in there that really drives me crazy. Um, so let me start off by saying the sense of community we get from the YouTube community and the collecting community is awesome. It really is. And, Facebook is an extension of that. A lot of the same people that are doing these channels on YouTube are the people that are in these groups on Facebook and such. But it's kind of really blown my mind lately. The more I look into this and read through some of people's postings and things, and I'm specifically talking about the buy, sell, and trade groups. Like on YouTube, you always see the generosity going from collector to collector. We send care packages, we do contests, we're giving and trying to help people in their collections, which is amazing and it's awesome and I love it. And then in the Facebook groups, you have some of that as well. But the biggest thing that has really kind of been irking me that I wanted to address was when people do post something for sale. They'll post a card, they'll put their price on it, and realistically, like I'm a big advocate of eBay pricing. I think it's in real time pricing. You can get comps that are pretty equal and such. So when you see somebody post on Facebook and they post the card they have and they might list it for the same prices that you see stuff for sale on eBay, not necessarily sold items. um, and you might even see them post it and it not be too far out from the sold listings. Like you'll see, say somebody puts a 1958 Roger Maris PSA 5 out for sale, and they list it for, say they list it for 275. Say it's a really nice card, they're very happy with it, they bought the card, they love it, but time to move on, whatever. So they put the card up, say 275. What gets me going is where you go down in the comments and you're trying to see, hey, is this card sold? Is it still available? Is the guy willing to do trades on it? Let's read through what's already, transpired. And then you see people just tearing this fellow collector apart for listing too high. Oh, that, you'll see screenshots of sold listings of, well, that card just sold for $203 and here's one for $205, 275. You're nuts. And it's the keyboard warrior aspect where they get name calling and calling people stupid and idiots and worse. And to me, it blows my mind because it's like, man, if you were standing in front of me right now, you wouldn't say this. A lot of you guys might say you would. Some would. The majority of people wouldn't. I mean, let's be honest. So they just go and do the keyboard warrior and attack this person and on their pricing and everything else. And it's like, really? Like, why does it matter your opinion on the price of their card? If you don't like the price and don't want to buy the card, move on. It's easy. They're too high for my cup of tea. I'm going to head on down the road. Why do you feel you have the right to go and just throw your opinion and call people names and hammer them and everything else because you don't like something that they are asking or you don't like the price of their card? My card is worth what I think it's worth. If you don't want to pay that price, then cool, I won't sell the card. And, that should be that and move on. I don't get where these people think they can just go and hammer and rip people apart and say the name calling and all this. And then you see on there, this is the card community. You're supposed to be taking care of everybody. Your prices are high eBay prices and you should be taking care of fellow collectors. I see those kind of comments a lot, which make me laugh because it's like, you know what? I'm part of the community too, and I love this community, and I try to be as generous as possible. But when I'm trying to sell something, flip a card in the sense of when I say flip, I mean I'm moving that card so I can reinvest that money into another card that I would rather have in my collection or a better version of that card for my collection. So when I'm trying to flip a card and I post stuff up for sale, these same people that are ripping everybody apart for selling for too high or whatever are the ones that are messaging saying, oh, your card, that same, we'll go to that Roger Maris, same card for an example. And I'm just thinking of that card because it's on my mind. But that same card, I say I have it listed for 205. Very, very competitive, low end of the comps. I'll get messages now. Would you take $100? Would you take 125 shipped? Would you take $75? These are the same people that try to get the best deal and take advantage of their fellow collectors and get the best deal for them. No care if that person's in a hard spot and needs the money and is just putting that card out there hoping to get full value of that. And these people are jumping all over. They don't mind taking advantage of somebody to get a better price for them, but yet will tear somebody else apart if they feel like that person's asking too much for their card. It aggravates me beyond belief because I just don't get that mentality, man. It's how selfish can you be to think that your opinion is that much more important and you have the right to throw your opinion out there with slinging some mud and calling somebody some names. Half these people that are doing it, like I said, if they saw you on the street and went to do that, they'd never do that because there's real life consequences. On the keyboard, no consequences, and it's aggravating me beyond belief. Like I get to the point where I don't even list stuff for sale on Facebook groups anymore. And like I said, a lot of these groups are the same guys that are on YouTube. It blows my mind. I understand trying to get a better deal on a card, but we all know what's reasonable. We know these cards. If you're going to buy this card, typically you know what the value of that card is somewhere close. When you're lowballing somebody and you're doing it on purpose, and that's fine. Sometimes you can get a good deal, whatever. Great for you, great for the seller if they're happy with it. But don't go and sit on a high horse and a pedestal and tear people apart because you don't like the price they listed something when you're the same guy that will go and rip and try to lowball the heck out of them to get cards for next to nothing. And especially using the excuse, oh, we're all in this community together. We should be trying to help each other. It's just garbage. It drives me nuts. Again, this probably isn't going to get me much fans putting this out there, but I've talked to several people. We all think it, and it aggravates me beyond no end. So I just wanted to say that piece, man. If you're going to be on these groups, have some dignity, have some respect. If you think a card's too high priced, you can always throw an offer. If they don't accept your offer, move on. Why are you getting so angry about it? Why are you letting it get under your skin? What gives you the right that you can start name calling now because you didn't get the price you want or they didn't list that card for a price that you thought was fair? Like it's absolutely bonkers that you'd be that childish to go and call people names. And granted, I'll be honest, this has not happened to me. This is seriously stuff I just witnessed from other people and other posts, and I have some friends that have posted some stuff, and I've read the comments, and it's discouraging, man. I mean, grow up. It's ridiculous. A bunch of grown people acting like children, calling people names because they don't like the price of something. I've been to several stores in my life where there's something I've liked, and it's more expensive, and I feel like it's way overpriced. I don't go up there and start calling them names and cussing at them. We all hear the memes and the jokes, the Karens. You guys are acting like a bunch of Karens, and it's ridiculous. And I'm just saying my 2 pennies there. It's annoying. Please stop. Please stop. Be a better person and move on. So that's my rant, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that off my chest and get that out there. But anyways, I'm going to flip the camera, show you some of my recent pickups, and we'll go through these cards and hang tight. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Again, sorry about my rant. Just like I said, had to get that off my chest. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, and we'll jump into some cards. I'll tell you a story, what I paid for stuff. Some of these I didn't look up beforehand, so I'm just going to give you ballpark. Apologize. But first card I have up is this 1989 score traded Ken Griffey Jr. in a PSA 9. This card I needed to complete my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie PSA registry set. So I wanted to pick it up in a 10. Had my eye on it for a while in a 10. I waited too long. Pricing has gone up. On most Griffies, they've doubled, if not tripled, on a lot of these cards. So I went ahead and purchased this in a 9. I believe I paid, I think, like $21 for this. Bought this card from 4 Sharp Corners online. They had a really good deal going last month when I ordered this card. The only thing negative about 4 Sharp Corners that I would have to say is their shipping is very slow. But they have great pricing, great deals, and I buy from them pretty regularly. But again, bought the 89 Ken Griffey Jr. score traded in a PSA 9 to complete my Griffey set. Next up after that, I have this sweet 1997 Bowman Chrome Adrian Beltre in a PSA 9. This card actually was one that I was wanting to pick up, and I was actually looking at the Bowman Best because this one was much more expensive. It was going in that $100 range there for a while. I don't know if it still is or what. So I was looking at the Bowman Best. It was more in that $50 range. And then this one came up in an auction, and there was one bid on it. And I waited until the last few seconds. I manually put in a bid, and I got this card, I believe, for $53 off of eBay. So didn't think I would get that card for that price. I did. I feel like I got a really great deal on it. Like I said, I don't know what comps are going for now, but there for a while they were up in the $100 range. So I'm really happy to have this one added in my collection. It's a beautiful card, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it. I love these early Bowman. This one and I believe it's Kerry Wood has one very similar. If not the same year. I don't know. I can't think of what year his rookie card is off the top of my head. Shame on me. But he has one very similar to this, and they're very clean. I love the etching and super cool cards. Next up after that, let's jump in. I bought this bad boy. A lot of you guys aren't gonna wonder why I bought this, but for me, as a Cubs fan, I wanted this one bad. 2018 Topps Update David Bodie Gold PSA Gem Mint 10. This card, I was actually looking at buying the base. The base was very inexpensive, so there's not a lot of David Bodie fans out there probably, or I guess only realistically probably Cubs fans are going to be going after his rookie cards. So I started looking at some of the options on some of the numbered stuff, colored stuff, and a while back, you hear me mention JT Triple Crown 24 a lot, but a while back I was talking to him, and I told him I was looking at trying to do something a little bit more fun. I obviously collect a lot of base paper rookies is kind of my bread and butter, and also any kind of Cub rookie. But for outside of the Cubs, I typically want their first Topps base rookie card. And he brought up maybe trying to go on the modern stuff, maybe going after some of the golds. You can get a lot of these guys pretty fair. And I thought, that's pretty cool. I've never even thought about that. So I went on the hunt, looking at the pricing, and this guy, the regular paper goes for, I think, like probably 16 to 20 bucks in that price range in a PSA 10. I was able to pick this one up for $23 in a PSA 10. So really happy about that. Bought it off eBay. It's an awesome card. I think 18 and 19 golds are really cool. 15 and 16 golds I think are some of my favorites from Topps. The 20 golds, they're tough on me because they're not really gold. They're more of like a bronze or a brown almost. But these ones, like especially these 18s, with how they have, I don't even know what you call this, almost like a flare coming off outside of the diamond around them. So they're just really cool looking. So I added the David Bodie to my Cubs collection. And another gold Topps card for Chicago Cubs. This one actually just came in today. I got this 2016 Topps Update Albert Almora batting pinstripes gold in a PSA 10. This one was one that I'd been wanting, after I bought the Bodie, was looking online, couldn't find any. This was the only one on there. I felt like he was about $10 overpriced on the card. I messaged the seller. Um, he never, or I don't want to say he, they never got back with me, so I never got a response. The longer it sat on there, the more I wanted it, and it's one of those cards that not a lot of people are grading. Most people probably have this card sitting in their comments box, or a rookie box or whatever. Um, it's not a big card, so I thought the odds that I would find one in a 10 were probably slim, and then the odds that I could find one roll that I could grade were probably even slimmer because he's not a big known name. The golds are usually pretty tough to grade. Um, so I just pulled the trigger on this one. I paid $36 for this one off of eBay. Again, I feel like I paid about $10 overpriced, but for me, peace of mind of knowing that I'm not going to be sitting around wondering if I'll ever see this card again was much worth it. So very cool card. I think it's one of my favorite gold sets is the 16. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of big rookie cards in here, but for me as a Cubs fan, um, there's several good Cubs in this set. So um, this one is a really cool card, numbered out of 2016. The other one was numbered out of 2018. With every year with Topps Gold, whatever year it is, that's how many print runs they do of that card. So if it's a 2016 Topps card, Topps Gold, it'll be something out of 200 or 2016. Same with 2018, 2019, so on and so forth. All right, moving on to the next card. This guy is one that I'm really excited about. You guys have heard me say several times, Bowman Best is one of my favorite sets. I think modern, they do some of the coolest designs. I love 15 and 16, how they do the big team logo in the background. I thought it was awesome. So I purchased this card a while back. I think I showed the other one in a video. I bought the base and a PSA 10 off of eBay. I really wanted the atomic refractor. The only one I could find was in a 9.5 BGS. We all know I'm not a big BGS fan, so I didn't purchase that. I just bought the base. Well, then this one came up a few days later, so I had to buy this. I think I got this card for $20 even. I was the only bidder on it. So for me, that's awesome. I'm okay with that. That's $20 well spent. It's an amazing card. Wilson Contreras, amazing catcher. And the shine on these cards is so awesome. I love the Bowman Atomics, but I definitely love it on this year with the Cubs logo. Sorry, trying not to get the glare, just trying to get the shine. But they look really, really cool. And I think they present well in the slabs. So very happy about that card. And then the last one. So you guys hear me talk trash about Beckett grading all the time, how I don't like it. Not a big fan. Well, again, going back to JT Triple Crown 24, he convinced me this was a good buy. So I typically buy Topps paper rookies, and some Cubs stuff I'll buy Bowman cards here and there, Bowman's Best especially. But I wanted a Bowman Chrome First Wilson Contreras rookie auto. The PSA 10s on these were super expensive. Even the 9s were pretty, like $70. I want to say $60 to $80 in that range. So I found a BGS 9.5 with a 10 on the auto online on eBay, and this guy was $60. To me, it was going for a really good price. It's got 1 9, a 10, 2 9.5s, and a 10 auto. I don't like this about BGS. This kills me. I get drove nuts by the fact they do 9.5s on everything instead of just doing a 9 or a 10. I feel like their whole 10 grade is a racket because that card in a PSA 10 compared to a BGS 10, people that have the BGS 10 try to sell it for 3 times the price just because BGS gave it a 10, because they don't do that often, which it's just to me a racket. So I get annoyed by it. I don't buy it. But this card, JT had kind of mentioned, hey, you can't go wrong with a first Bowman and a BGS holder. If you're gonna buy a card and a BGS holder, these are the kind of the ones to go for. The autos, especially Bowman Chrome First autos. So for holding its value in the future, I thought it was a good purchase. Like I said, I paid $60 for this card. I'm very happy with it. And it presents really well. It does look a little funny in my cabinet compared to all my PSA holders next to it, but I do like it. And just a little showing of that card there. Super clean. Love it. I can see, or it was the centering that got a 9. I can see how the top to bottom is what I think got the 9. It's off. I don't know if it would be a 9 off, but I can understand how that would get it a 9. If it were a PSA, it would probably get a 9 due to the centering. But for me, this is a pretty awesome card, and never thought I'd say it, but I'm pretty happy to have a BGS graded card in my collection. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Wanted to show you those, get my little rant out of my system, and go from there. So let me know what you think in comments down below. Hit the like, subscribe. Also, you heard me mention like Triple Crown 24. Go check out his channel. He's got some cool things going on. And go check out a couple other guys that are out here. They're doing some pretty cool stuff, just showing their collections. They got pretty cool collections, especially if you're a Cubs fan. You got like Brett Stone. He has an amazing Sandberg collection, but he also collects other Cubs as well. You got Vintage Card Steve. He as well collects Sandberg and has a really great collection of Cubs and other vintage cards as well. He has some amazing vintage rookies. And then go check out Mill City Wax also. He has a really cool channel, likes to give out some really good information, and has a great collection as well. So go check out those channels as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Talk to you later.